university to ask some questions. That way, they'll learn. Yeah, it's very important to.
Yeah, already our Kripal Singh ji has put the hand out.
Okay.
As usual.
Sir, may I ask you that first I enjoyed your lecture very much. Giving emphasis on the practical aspect of life, which is so important. We have to shift from theoretical to practical to improve the quality of life. You know, Swami Rama wrote that book called Celestial Song, in which talks about the conversation between Guru Gobind Singh and Banda Singh Bairagi, which is very parallel to the conversation to Krishna and Arjuna. Could you comment something on that if you had a chance to look at that?
I'm 100% sure that is where I took cue from what discussion we had. I was asked to speak on Bhagavad Gita related, but yesterday Deveji spoke. The Bhajji's discussion came. So, but most points which I picked up and then put together was that aspect, meditation in action. That is what always Swami Rama's importance was. That is where he could not be on administrative aspect. He said silence. Look into yourself. The answer is there. And that is where we must find out. Everybody need not to be yogis. Everybody need not to be yoga specialists and experts. We need everybody to get a treatment. That doesn't mean everybody need to be doctors. Correct?
Same way, Swami Vivekananda also, when he passed through Punjab, he mentioned that, talking about Guru Gobind Singh, he said, everyone has to become like Guru Gobind Singh if you want India liberated, to be able to make sacrifices and collaborate with each other to work toward the common good.
That is what, see, Vivekananda and all had a short answer for questions. I'm sure that is more practical. Somebody asked, will I be able to learn meditation just like that? Yes, possible. Take a bucket of water, put your head inside that for some time. Good enough. You will lose your breath. Nobody need to teach somebody how to hold breath. Definitely he will hold breath under the water. And then take him out. What do you feel now? Yeah, complete bliss. Because you got life back, right? That is what is teaching meditation. In 1 second I can teach meditation to people.
Like my childhood, children say, I don't want to climb on the tree. You don't know how to climb on the tree, just put the dog behind you.
That's it.
Climb up. Same way when you go to Southern Naval Command in Cochin, you see all the new trainees standing on the top of the bridge, and the officer will come, they push them
in the water.
Then they start swimming. And they have the security people to save them. And this is where we do trainings there.
That's how I learned my swimming. I was in the medical school in Amritsar, and I kept on going around and all the swimming pool. I didn't have the courage to go into the water. One of the senior students pushed me in the water. And I got scared. And he said, don't worry, I know how to save you. Do like this, do like that. And that took away my fear. And this is what we call employment therapy in the psychiatric field. So sometimes you have to do those kind of things.
It always says, whatever we know, whatever we have, cannot be taught to somebody that easily. The perceiver perceives the way the perceiver wants to perceive and not the way the speaker wants the perceiver to perceive. So you have your background, and that background will tell you how to look at things. If that is not cleaned, probably you don't understand most of the varieties are available with us. We have. I don't think we don't make a poetry with one word. Many words together. We don't make a painting. Beautiful painting is not with one color, multiple colors, right? A beautiful garden is not with one variety. It's a mix of varieties. And that is what we need. We need Amandram Aksharam Nasti Nasti Moolam Aushadam Ayogya Purusho Nasti Yojagaha Tatra Durlabha. We need a variety of people who knows different things to be mixed together. What is lacking is the person like Dilip ji who will connect them together. I am sure if he was not there, I will never meet any of you, right?
Yeah.
So
he
these
does
are-
a great job. I must
Yeah,
say that.
that is where we should. That is where we should make these words together. I am only one word. You are only one word. Let us put them together to make a beautiful poetry for tomorrow. That's our task.
That's why he celebrates the diversity instead of sameness, which I love it.
Yeah, that is where I love. My 2 years back in US, my Bhagavad Gita was taught in a Unitarian church. I had an ethnic expo in which the local English people I taught Kashmiri, Kerala, Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi, Gujarati, Bangla, and songs. And then we had an ethnic expo in which the local people were singing all these different songs, including Sanskrit bhajans. We had different people, different religious people. That is where we should connect together. And that connection is lacking. That is what the biggest. We talk about all these Vasudeva Kudumbagam, but the person who speaks has got his Kudumbagam, which has to be global. That is what he thinks. He is not accepting the globe inside him. he want to become global. That's what he wants. That cannot work. That cannot work.
So somebody is
Yeah.
in Saksham Bhatta.
Saksham Bhatta.
I want him to introduce himself first, then ask the question, please. Unmute yourself.
Greetings to every respected individual. My name is Saksham Batra and I study at MIT University in BSc Honors Yoga. Now I have a couple of questions for you today. The first couple are regarding the concept of non-balance as we've spoken about Patanjali Yoga Sutra in detail. My question firstly is our diet included when we talk about the concept of non-balance, and if it does, that leads me to my second question, which is, with how the dairy industry has now become, would you recommend us to turn vegan? And then my third question is, when we talk about what should we eat or when we formulate our diet, should our first priority be our morals or optimal health and wellness?
I think questions are almost all related. Saksham Batra, I suggest you to look at two movies. One is Seaspiracy. I am a movie lover. I am also into movie critics and all that. Seaspiracy, which is recently released. You know the word conspiracy. They used that Seaspiracy as the title to attract. It is there on Netflix, I think. The another one is Cowspiracy. COW Cowspiracy. Beautiful movie. I don't think anybody need to answer your question. You will get the answer from there. Number one. And to supplement from the Yama Niyama Asana Pranayama Pratyahara Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. I said non-violence. That doesn't mean tomorrow onwards I have to teach tiger non-violence and say don't eat anything. When Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa got a mosquito bite, I cannot kill this mosquito because it is also life. No, I cannot do that. That is why I said practically impossible. Yama is not in the physical level. I traveled to Kailash. When I traveled to Kailash, we will see the valley of gods. Once upon a time, all our gods, including Shiva et al. Were there. You go to there, you have only one animal which is called the yak. And the yak will eat small grass which is grown only 2 centimeters. The flowers have only one petal, no 5 petals. Because the wind will make it to lie down and one petal will stay, which is on the floor. The rest of the petal will cut off. The blade cutting wind. And that is what the yak will eat. And that yak has got a milk which is so dense. It's like a ghee, densified ghee in a winter season. And that they will boil it with that same yak dung. And they don't have dress. Once the yak is killed, the blood oozing out from that is what is used to cover them. And the hot blood will give them some temperature for the body to protect. Can you imagine human beings? It is only 2000 kilometers away from Indraprastha, which was part of our nation once upon a time. Who talk about dharma? And we are asking this question from your place, 1000 kilometers distance away. Can we call them tomorrow onwards, don't kill that animal, don't eat, don't drink milk? See, this is not, non-violence is not that. Non-violence is, I should not become violent. That is in your manas. I am only, how did the hunters lived once upon a time? Do you think in Mahabharata war, all the soldiers were not eating meat? They were all eating. But only thing, your brain, Uttar Pradesh is to be worked, then probably your Madhya Pradesh need to be more clean. Otherwise, you will always think about Madhya Pradesh only. You want more gender thought. That is why we have different style, where we have got Rajasic, Tamasic, Sattvic, everything is explained. So there are people who are supposed to do Rajasic. Military vehicle will have in the front a symbol itself is so horrifying. You go to Tibet, every house is decorated with the yak's face, which they kill, they will hang it over there. That is their prestige. They have got 10 of them, they are the king there in that small village. But whereas we see that, we will get horrified. So for them it is happiness index. For us it is a horrifying index. And you go to northeast, they have got animals which are created by Brahma for them to eat. And that is what is given as dowry. Mithun is what is created. I was there. You want to attract Mithun, you will have to give some salt. And whoever gives more salt will get attracted to that human being, that Mithun will become this. And my daughter gets married or my son gets married to, I have to give that to the other party. And how many you can give, that much you are. What is that purpose? To kill and eat. They believe that God has given that for eating only. So the faith system itself supports people to eat. What is there when you are doing? I can scold. I am a teacher. I am a police. I am a advocate. I should not lie. And how can I become an LLB? I am an LLB. In my degree also I have an LLB. We are taught how to twist the items to present in the court. How can I say tomorrow onwards I will not lie? Then I will not become an advocate. How can I become a doctor, surgeon without cutting somebody's body? I have to do it. That's my part of my job. How can I become a CA, chartered accountant, where I will only present the fact figures as it is to government. No, my job itself is how to manipulate so that my boss will make a lot of money. So profession is different. Dharma itself has been clarified. Individual dharma, kudumba dharma, professional dharma, samuha dharma, manava dharma, that's it. But traditionally hunters were hunting for what? Hunters were hunting when they wanted to eat, really feeling hungry. But today why are we hunting? Not because we don't have anything else to eat. So Tibetan people, let them eat. I cannot ask them tomato you should eat. But why you have to eat tomato and throw tomato or sell tomato and buy 1 kg chicken and eat? See, environment protection. The Cowspiracy clearly says when you eat 1 kg of meat, you are taking 1,000 gallons of water and millions of probably the food grains, which all that what is eaten by the buffalo or cow is what is just to get maybe 300 kg of meat. That is where it becomes non-environmental. I have got a lot of forest, but I am cutting forest for what? For planting the oil palm, which will produce oil, in which I am frying all the dead bodies which are stinky with a masala outside to make it so smelly, so that my quarter-inch tongue will tempt me to eat, whereby 36 feet of body will suffer. See, somebody has to teach them. So it's fine for some people, for some point of time, yes, but that should not become your routine. That's what veganism, beauty without cruelty. There is a beautiful group of people from Pune, they are running. Happens to be Lonavala was the place all the yoga started in India. Pune was the place where veganism was studied. Beauty without cruelty, bwc.org. I wish that is still working. I think long back I referred, not recently. Otherwise, just text me, I will send you the link of people who worked in that. So it is contextually to be understood. Let us not be blind, but we need to be little bit, generic in looking at it, because dharma is different. That's essentially to be understood. Good. Saksham, thank you for a beautiful question here.
And Dr. Vinarma Sharma, do you have anything to ask?
Thank you, sir. What means you have very elaborately answered it. Sir, one more question asked by one of the student, Purvi, that she asked that Purvi, if you can
Please unmute yourself, open your
separate. Yes, please.
Purvi.
Yeah, I missed actually mentioning that Mahatma Gandhi's Yama, non-violence, and he actually learned thoroughly on that and stuck only on the first step, and he became world famous. So non-violence, one step is good enough. What you do, one step, do it thoroughly. And one of the best book which introduced me to Bhagavad Gita is Mahatma Gandhi's Gita, My Mother. Beautiful book published by Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. Print is not available, but when I requested, they had sent me the Xerox copy of that, photocopy of that. It's a beautiful one. And that is what is exactly required. There he says he is a non-violent person. That doesn't mean he did not drink milk. But he was one of the poorest style life man whose maintenance was one of the costliest affair for India and British people those days. Sad to say that. Right. And he met one of the greatest Swamijis, where Dilip ji also will make. We had Tagore, Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi. Three great people during that 1920s met one Swamiji from Kerala, and he was Sri Narayana Guru. One of the greatest social revolutionists, who was actually a Ayurvedic doctor by tradition, by family. I am also an Ayurvedic traditional family man, right?
And Chattambi Swami too.
Yeah, Chattambi Swami. Chattambi Swami was more religious, but Srinarayana Guru was more spiritual. That is one probably small difference, and they were all great poets.
Sir, if I may say here, when Samrat Ramdas from Maharashtra met Guru Govind and Sri Nayupi, he sees him, on horse and married and child and all that. And he asked, Guru Nanak was a Tyagi, and what have you done to his, as his follower, as his successor? Then his answer to him was, Aurat Imane, Puttar Nishane, Daulat Guzrane, Fakir na Hindu na Musliman. He said, this appeals to me, and then how he goes and trains Shivaji in that kind of tradition. Then you see how the Peshwa, all the kingdom comes, Maharashtra and all that. Just how people interact with each other and guide.
Same Srinarayana Guru was sick, and then he was physically having a problem, and the doctors were attending him, and they asked, how can a guru get disease like this? Then he said, how can you have eclipse for the sun? Simple answer, right? Ramana Maharshi had actually physical trouble, but he said, if you think we need to get operated, I can surrender, no problem. But I don't think I require. Not recently, maybe a few years back, I posted a disease and illness need to be understood separate. Disease and illness. We can be ill, but we cannot be diseased. Yeah. Vinamra, he came or she came? Somebody was coming? Purvi is here.
Her question. So Purvi has posted her question in the chat box.
Okay, I will see. Yeah. Sir, kids nowadays are attracted towards gym. So how do we encourage them towards yoga and practice meditation? See, first of all, I am a meditation master from Himalayas tradition. But I never teach, or I believe nobody can teach meditation. If meditation is samadhi, if meditation is only closing your eyes and listening to music and then dreaming something, seeing brilliant colors and all, yes, you hold your breath, anybody can get it any point of time. I think young children, I also played almost all the games like Dilipji. I was a good football player, I was in hockey. I think youngsters will have to go to gym. I also went to gym. I also experienced. We need a Western or maybe what is practiced and mix it. That's why I said nothing is wrong. We need a connection together. Who doesn't have a real lying down and shavasana after a good play? We all do that. We all sleep on the ground and then look at the sky and then see all twinkling stars when we are really tired. Correct? Nothing wrong. So that is what is the breathing practice. Pranayamena yuktena sarvaroga samaraha. Ayuktabhyasa yogena sarvaroga samudbhavaha. Hadayoga pradipika. If you wrongly practice, you will have problem. So don't pick up. Children are supposed to be playing. They have to do all this. But an age will come when they look at the theory, understand, learn. They get a good mentor. We need not sell it like in a cinema theater during the interval. We have lot of kadle. The net will be sold and then the cool drinks will be sold. Like that, we don't have to teach everyone on the street what is yoga and then put them into some. See, when you go to Delhi, you will see hot yoga, the Bikram yoga. How many people are being actually taken to a wrong place and a wrong practice being made there? No, I don't have to heat up my body like Westerners are doing. So most of the time, what we should be done, allow children to learn theoretically. When they get convinced, probably yes. Otherwise, maybe when they are too young at that age, when they listen to us, probably we do it. I learned my yoga when I was in plus 2, almost 40 years back. But I taught them probably breathing practice, small asanas, this namaskara and all to my children when they were very young. I am sure every child, they will be lying down and then putting their leg into the mouth. Who is teaching them? But only thing we later tell them, don't run better, you will fall. How do you know when you run, you will fall? And after some time, we will ask them to run, they are not able to run. So who is stopping these young children not to fold their body as they want? It is the same parents. Understood? See, I keep saying, the other day I was talking on my book on seedling. There is a beautiful book, Esoteric Energy, Dowsing and Healing. And in that I said, children are allowed to sleep. And you can see they will roll and then go and sleep somewhere else. What do? We pull them there and then put 2 pillows both sides, so that they don't roll. Actually, the children have got an ability to see which place is energetically beautiful for them to sleep. That's why they are rolling. We keep them below between the pillar and then we lost that ability. Allow with the nature. What is wrong? Why do you want a Dunlop bed to sleep? Let them sleep on the floor. So by nature we have that ability. Every child knows if they want to climb on the roof, let them climb. If they want to jump from there, let them jump. 3 times let them play like that. I did that. Probably I had that liberty because I lost my father when I was 4 years old. My mother was almost illiterate. She has never seen a school in her life. My father was only an agriculturalist. So childhood onwards I started doing. So even today, the other day when we I have an old house in Kerala, 200-year-old house, which is converted into a hermitage. I get a lot of children. I was telling them, no, I can climb from one coconut tree and arecanut tree. I can jump from one arecanut to another arecanut. They said, sir, you are joking. I said, see now. And I started climbing. And one of the child whose father happened to be a pressman, she told that, and the press fellow came and then took a beautiful picture. Dilip ji knows Manorama. Manorama Sunday supplement front page was I am climbing, a scientist climbing a coconut tree. See, I cannot do it at the age of 40, you cannot learn. But I am sure childhood you would have learned, you will never forget it. So I am sure children should be exposed to nature. Let them do whatever they want. I don't think in Krishna's or Kuchela, bad clothes, both of them were together. Or Rama. Have you seen Rama in the Shirshasana? Have you seen Krishna in Shirshasana? Have you seen Ganesha or Shiva in Shirshasana? Shirshasana was not part of our system at all. Why do you want to give Shirshasana? Brahma himself will commit suicide if he is seeing people with this heavy head he has given. 126 crores of animals have been created and he said that I am creating an animal with 1/10 of the weight only in this little portion so that he will become good thinker. And what we have done? We made joke of him by putting my head down and then saying I can do this. Why do you want to do that? There is a great joke when somebody says, I learned how to walk and cross the river. And 40 years of my sadhana taught me how to cross the river walking on the water. And somebody said, those days it was 25 paise or maybe 1 rupee. In a boat you can cross it. So you wasted your life 40 years just to save 1 rupee or what? Why do you want these sadhanas? So I don't think everybody need to do it. It should not become part of our daily routine. Yes. Why do you want? It is required. It's a good system. That's why I said, let us have a buffet. Show that these are all different ones. Let them learn all that theoretically. Little bit of theory has to be learned with a little practice. And then they will come back when they really feel, yes, this is what I should learn. I don't think Dilip ji or me learned my school days yoga and all that. Did we learn? No, I don't think.
For me, it was surprising. My mom had a heart problem, and dad was training her, and they both used to practice. So I watched and do that. So I got the interest.
That's what I'm
When
saying.
I was in school, I did a lot of the things, but it was not like a business.
Yeah.
Never feel a business thing. It was taking years and years we practiced this one, but now it's totally different. I remember when I mentioned to Swami Buak to have an International Day of Yoga movement, and he said, look, good to have this one, but it will make a big mess around the world. It's going on now.
Now that is where we have to play a role. Suppose if I tell everybody has to do yoga, it's like I have written a beautiful poetry in my book called Rhythm of Life. The yoga day, lot of people were standing and there was a beautiful photograph, only legs were shown. And I wrote yoga, the millipede. We have got millipede. I was staying in my hometown in the village, I saw a millipede. Immediately the poetry came, the yoga, the millipede. So it's like, understood. You must read this book, Rhythm of Life. There are beautiful practical aspects which are mixed with my experience.
You know, in the Mahabharata, for example, Arjuna is talking about how to enter the Chakravyuh, and Manu his wife is pregnant with a Manu, and he listens how to get into it, but didn't know how to get out, because by the time it was supposed to be over, she had gone to sleep. So that to me shows that even in the conception, how children can learn things. And we in India, unfortunately, sometimes, at least in Punjab, don't give enough credit to the learning ability of the children. We tell them, well, you listen to adults, well, what do you know about it? And so instead of encouraging them to maintain and cash upon the creativity, we try to suppress it, which is kind of sad.
That is what, for a birthday party, when children go, they automatically sing happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Are we training them how to sing happy birthday? They become part of the activity, right? See, I sing song, but I am not a trained singer. I am sure the group has made me to be that. That is where exactly we need to be. I never learned cooking, but I make beautiful items by looking at, participating, and that is what collaboration is, what is most essential. If we make everything theory, practical, certificate, course programs, that is where we mix up things. Learning with interest, savidya and avidya, lot of things. Maybe certificates are required, but at least for some life practices, I'm sure we need to have lot of quality added to that. That is where I think we have sufficient scope for learning, sufficient teachers for really teaching, but probably they will not market themselves. Somebody has to tap. I'm sure Dilip ji never heard me earlier before calling me for this program. Probably must have seen me on some YouTube. Maybe by mistake, Gopinathan ji has introduced me to him. That's it. It's all accidental.
Sashyam, another question.
Yeah.
Sashyam.
That's called Purbale, what they talk in Punjabi, Purbale Karm.
Yeah, but Kripal ji, I am enjoying, but I don't know whether others are suffering or not, na? As long as I enjoy, I do it. The Shuchita has got something to say. Dr. Suchita has, yeah. Saksham has got something to say. Yeah.
Yes, Saksham, please ask.
Yeah, thank you. I have a follow-up question to what Purvi asked. I think again, you talk about everyone should find something that works for him or her. Now, if someone comes in and says, and this is a hypothetical example, someone comes in and says that I want to adopt the spiritual principles and I want to get in touch with my spiritual sides. I want to walk the path of yoga, but he says that instead of asanas, can I instead dance or do something else for my physical activity?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Yama, you need to be seen by people around you and learn. Niyama, yes. If you start at 7:30, exactly 7:30. You tell me when to stop, I will stop. That is self-discipline. Somebody imposes, doesn't matter. This has to be made by the parents and traditionally it should come. Yama, niyama, asana, yes. Little bit of asana they learn by life. But that need to be entertained and then tell them to teach. Little bit of play, all that rituals which we have traditionally, even namaskaram what they do, even when we go to a church, how many times you have to bend ourselves and then do that? I don't think any Hindu temples have got that many problem. If you go to church, one of the programs where I went, I was made to sit down, kneel down, get up. How many times? Almost all the rituals in whichever religion we have, I am 100% sure we have got lot of exercise. That was part of our life, right? So asana is there part of our most of our religious practices, I am sure. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. Pranayama, yes. I am giving lecture for last 2 hours. Yesterday I had 6 hours continuous talk. Inauguration of a school program. 3 hours continuous talk, soon after that another 3 hours. 6 hours after that talk also, do you think I have to do a pranayama, anuloma, viloma and all that? This itself is a great breathing exercise. A singer, politicians live longer because they give long speech. The breathing exercise is part of their life. Teachers need not practice breathing exercise. If you are teaching, your blah 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 is good enough. I am also a professor, right? So this is, I don't have to do stretching and all that after my class, because if I have to reach on top of the board, I have to stretch my left and right and then rub it with this, write it with this. Everything is part of my life. See, I am 60 kilogram for last 30-35 years. No +1, no +2. No minus 2 also. How am I maintaining? Because what you should do is nimisham julitam sreyam nadu dhumayitum chiram. Every moment be active. That is what is lacking probably for the youth. Make them active. That is what is yogasana. Right? And that activity should continue. They have to be smart. They have to be walking faster. But as part of yogasana, they have to slowly, mitam bhuktva, little bit of food. Shatam japtva, little bit of prayer. Patashatam shanai, walk like a dog. Then they will not get disease. But eating like, you should have patience in eating also. That's a great practice. See, as soon as you see food, you should not eat. You should take a little bit and then tell our body that this is what I am going to pour. While taking bath is also one yogasana. I should not jump into water. The Nitya Sloka textbook tell you daily rituals. Before taking bath, I am supposed to take water in my hand for some time and look at it and tell my body this is the temperature of the water with which I am taking bath. That is what you will see. People stand in water and then do like this. Our all the travel tourism advertisement you will see they are doing. Actually, what are they doing? Are they cleaning the water? Are they that foolish that this water can be cleaned like this? It is not cleaning. It is touching the water on your hand so that you know the temperature of the water. Your body get adjusted. I cannot change the temperature of the water. That is how I could jump into Brahmaputra river at close to the starting point. Because that temperature I can feel. Once I can feel the temperature, I can jump into water. That is what is essential, right? And yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyaharam, yes. I must focus in. Now I am giving lecture. My focus is only talking to you. Nothing else. Can I make my concentration focus, nothing else? If I can do that, I am a good learner. And I can do, that is what Bhagavan said, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogatshemam mahamyam. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Don't think something else. Now you came to the battlefield, your job is to fight. Is it only these people became your relative yesterday? Did you not know that day before yesterday that these opposite people are your people whom you are supposed to fight? We run away from our responsibility finding some or other reason. That should not be done in life. Think, and then once you decided I am going to do my PhD, don't think about something else. All of us got a bachelor's degree. Shukam also is bachelor, right? In which subject? Bachelor of?
He is in BSc Honors Yoga.
Yeah, BSc is bachelor only.
Yeah, bachelor.
What is bachelor? Every university gives bachelor. You know what is bachelor? Brahmachari. What is Brahmachari? My Brahmam, my creativity goes into that subject. That is why we are giving Bachelor of Science. Nothing else should be thinking during the bachelor time. My concentration is only learning. So what should a student do? Their concentration should be only on that subject. That is what Ananyas Chintayantoma. Then tomorrow I can become a master of that subject. If that can be done, that is what is essential. So that is what is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. Then I don't have to learn anything. I will automatically become Layam. That Layam is what is essential. So I can only give you Dharana and merge into that. Then the rest, Dhyanam and Samadhi is not in my hand, it is in your hand. Got it? Dhyanam, Samadhi is in your hand. Up to that, yes. How do you do that? Don't tell somebody else do meditation. I am sure be in silence and then keep quiet at least 20 minutes at home. Not that I do Upavasa and my wife or my children will eat chicken biryani on that day. No. It has to be a family practice. So that is why most of our rituals, all of our rituals have to be a family activity. So that 50% of that ritual what is practiced in my family will come to me automatically. I will not ask this question at all. And maybe 40% I will get from the environment. That is why satsang is required. Good classes, good people, good environment. And then maybe 10% I can change myself grabbing things. That 10% is what made me to connect to Dilip ji be connected to me. That is why we are all sitting here. It is not because our great parents had these sort of webinars. It is not that they were thinking about Yogasana. It is not that every Amity University, Noida sector 52 or 51. I used to come there for a IMS, one of the institute there, on radio talk every 2 weeks when I was in Delhi. I was with the PM's office. Every Saturday, Sunday I used to be in Noida for a radio program. Radio Educational 94.2. So we used to take a lot of debates. So what I am saying is I need to have a good satsang. So Monday to Friday I am with an office. Saturday, Sunday what did I do? I went and then started with my passion. That passion is 10% which all of us can give to our children. That's a great contribution which we can give to our children. Take them out. Don't send them out. Take them out. See, the word is very carefully used. You have to be part of that. Now what do? We send them out. Youth, what we do? Yeah, hey, Papa, I am getting headache. Immediately give them money. Then give them a beautiful therapy. I call them as retail therapy. Go and shop. So that my headache is not there. Today this fellow is not disturbing me. So we have become, that is why young children, what do? We put them cartoon. Luckily, most of the cartoon, which is the most famous? I am not getting the name. My children have grown. The mouse and the... Huh? You are not with me.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, see the answer came. So far yoga, if I ask question, nothing will come. That's why I was testing. The Tom and Jerry is beautiful because there is no bloodshed in any of the hitings there. See, that's a beauty. See, why Tom and Jerry is so beautiful and it is recommended for everybody to see because there is no bloodshed. You will see the Tom is falling, Jerry is falling, hitting there, smashing there, even with a, that is the beauty. See, you are teaching the children, you can fight with anyone, but no bloodshed. But I don't know whether you heard this lesson from anybody in the world teaching like this. This is what is analysis. You know, I have one of the greatest director from Kerala, and he was asked a question, why in your cinema fightings there is no bloodshed? Then he said, in my childhood I was seeing Tom and Jerry every time. Understood? So there is a great impact what you will give it to your children at the young age. That's why my concept of age 3 to grade 3. I've got a beautiful education system in plan. Dilip ji knows we had first, before launching that program, I had a discussion with Dilip ji, and today also somebody was mentioning that, I have seen that my eldest brother was mentioning, Rajagopalan ji's brother-in-law was mentioning that, I have seen a young man with whom you are discussing like that. I have become old and Dilip ji has become young, right?